Here at the tractor shop in beautiful West Elkton, Ohio, looking at another one of their masterpieces. This one is a Farmall M, and you might say, well, okay, Farmall M, that's not that rare of a tractor, but this tractor has a history in the owner's family. His son-in-law, his uncle owned this tractor, bought it when he was 14 years old, and kept it all those years, passed away here a few years ago, and his wife said, get it fixed. Get it back to what it was like when it was brand new. So if you want something that's gonna look like what it should have looked when it was brand new, this is the place to send them to. In fact, it'll probably be, with the paint job they put on them, better than what it was brand new. At any rate, just to describe a few features of the tractor. Pretty standard. It's got the lift all on it. It has an unusual brake system. Most of these at this age, I think he said it's a 49. The brakes were band brakes, but this one has disc brakes on it. So we believe this is sort of either an option or an add-on that was put on it. Inside the casting, there's a MW stamping, M&W, so they may have had something to do with this brake. But anyway, that's for you Farmall people out here, you may be able to correct us on that. Of course, when they do these things, they replace everything: wiring, belts, all the harness wiring here for the ignition and the lights. They get the lights working. Everything is, they try to put back pretty much exactly as it was. One other thing we noticed too on this tractor, and we've seen it on other M's, is this. I don't know if you can see, it's down the front on the pedestal, but you see that name, Electra Normal or something like that. Apparently we see that on the rest of the Farmalls that they have here. And then I've looked online. I think that's the company maybe that made the post for these tractors. But again, you guys that are out there, if you got a comment on that, shoot it to me on the channel, and maybe we can track that down. That's got the mud scraper in the front. Of course, you put new tires on them. That's a huge amount of money to put on an old tractor, but if you want it right, that's what you got to do. It's got an M&W lever here in the back that runs the power takeoff. That's a really nice feature. It's handy. Has power steering. I'll come around and show you that. That's real nice on these, especially if you're going over plowed ground with a disc. It makes a world of difference. But just a beautiful tractor. Starts and runs well. One thing, again, you Farmall people who are restored your tractors, you put a brand new seat spring on the thing, and the thing is so stiff you can hardly bend it down. And it's also got a new shock absorber. I've had similar problems with the Farmall M's that I own in terms of trying to put a new spring on the seat, and ended up just getting an old one and painting it. So whoever's supplying these is just making them too stiff for most people. Anyway, does have the PTO shield in the back. That'll cost you a bit of money if you have to replace that. So pretty much straight Farmall M. Appreciate any comments that you have. If you were a farm boy in the 1950s growing up, there's a very good chance you drove one of these, because they sold a ton of them. And they tried to keep them in the market from 39, I think, up to 1954 in one iteration or the other. They started out with the M, then they went to the Super M, I think in maybe 51 or 52, and they finally ended up with the Super MTA. Along the way, you could burn distillate along with the regular gasoline, and they made a diesel in these things as well. So hope you enjoy this video. As always, appreciate you watching, and God bless you.